Thanks for joining us this moment. I believe you have all the fans with you. What is the excitement like? What is the mood like? What is the one thing that the fans want to see when India wins this World Cup final? How do they want to see? What is it that they are looking out for most eagerly? Ask them.
India! 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 Because the fans are very लग रहा है न्यूजीलैंड थोड़ा सा भी टेंशन दे सकती है।
इंडिया बहुत अच्छी नजर से जीतेगा। 1-5 जीतेगा इंडिया। आज फाइटर अभिषेक शर्मा। अभिषेक शर्मा। पूरा इंडिया संजू का शतक का इंतजार कर रहे हैं और अब संजू दो बार मिस हुआ और संजू फाइनल में मैन ऑफ द मैच करके भारत को ट्रॉफी जिताएगा।
अभिषेक शर्मा, सूर्या, संजू सैमसन, they want their players to do well. सर आप क्या कहना चाहते हैं?
निश्चित ही आज इंडिया जीतने वाला है क्योंकि इंडिया बहुत अच्छा खेल रहा है। अभी लास्ट 2 मैच तो ऐसे इंडिया ने जीते हैं जो असंभव थे और निश्चित ही आज इस नरेंद्र मोदी स्टेडियम में जो नेगेटिविटी है वो खत्म हो जाएगी और इंडिया इस T20 वर्ल्ड कप को निश्चित ही जीतेगा।
Some very young fans here as well. Who is your favorite player? Do you want to say anything? Okay, ma'am, do you want to say anything? Message? But very excited for India's winning. Very excited for India's win. I'm just going to give you an overview of the stadium. All you're going to see is India jerseys. I will walk towards them and try and speak to them. Very difficult to not find Virat jerseys here. Virat Kohli की t-shirts यहाँ पे मुझे दिख रही है. What would you want to say? Who is your favorite player in this team?
अभिषेक हम चाहते हैं कि बहुत अच्छे से खेले। जो उनका सूनापन है पूरे वर्ल्ड कप पे T20 में इसमें आज उम्मीद है कि वो शतक लगाएंगे।
The demands for Abhishek's hundreds are only increasing here. Again, going to show you the stadium. It is a sea of blue here in Ahmedabad, and all the players are, of course, very, very excited. Sir, we are live on Times now. What would you want to say? What is your message? How are you going to be cheering for Team India?
There's nothing much. Cheering today. India will be winning today.
इंडिया जीतेगा, जीतेगा भाई जीतेगा, इंडिया जीतेगा।
इंडिया डिफीट करेगा और इंडिया रिपीट भी करेगा।
But do you think
Sanju Samson will score today? Abhishek and Varun will take lot of wickets today.
New Zealand is also a good team?
Yeah, it's a good team, but India is India.
Very competitive team is New Zealand, and no India. They are a very lucky team. They just score only 1 or 2 matches. They don't score consistently. Sanju Samson, Varun, Abhishek, Tilak Verma, everyone will score.
All players are going to score today is what the fans here are saying. Sir,
Okay. Karishma, stay with us. We're going to quickly also get our viewers some more insights into what India's possible playing 11 for the final will be. Sanju Samson, of course, is the wicket keeper batter. We also have Abhishek Sharma, batter. We have Ishan Kishan, who's a batter as well. Shivam Dube is also a batsman. Suryakumar Yadav, of course, a captain and batsman. We have Hardik Pandya, all-rounder, as well as Tilak Verma, who's an all-rounder. Akshar Patel, all-rounder as well. So 3 all-rounders there that will, of course, help in all departments. Varun Chakravarti, of course, along with Arshdeep Singh and Jasprit Bumrah, is part of India's bowling attack. Let's quickly open this up and take it across to other reporters as well from various cities. We have Arunil joining us from Mumbai. Also with us is Shivam from New Delhi. We also have other reporters. Navya is with us from Bengaluru, and we have Ankit joining us from Jammu. Let's quickly come across first to Arunil. Arunil, I believe you have a lot of fans there. But take us through what exactly are they saying? How big a margin do they expect India to win by? What are the expectations?
Well, Madhav, the mood is upbeat in Mumbai as well. In fact, the fans have been saying that we have done our job at the Wankhede Stadium by sending the men in blue in the final. Now it is up to Ahmedabad, it is up to the Narendra Narendra Modi Stadium as well. We'll speak to these fans. कितने excited हो आप? मुंबई ने Men in Blue को फाइनल में भेज दिया. अभी अहमदाबाद की बारी है.
भाई अहमदाबाद में भी इंडिया मारेगी और जीतेगी. न्यूजीलैंड के सामने जीतेगी.
Speaking about the 11 for Team India as well, Varun Chakravarti seems to be the only player who might get replaced. We're not saying that it is very much likely because he's been slightly out of form and has been conceding runs as well. He's the mystery spinner with the Indian team, against whom there is a like-to-like replacement in the form of Kuldeep Yadav as well. आपके फेवरेट प्लेयर कौन है? अभिषेक शर्मा अभी तक तो नहीं परफॉर्म किए, बट आपको लगता है फाइनल में खरा उतरेंगे?
यस, अभी तो लगता है कि फाइनल में वो अच्छे से खेलेंगे और बहुत अच्छे से खेलेंगे और इंडिया को जिताएंगे, पक्का है.
ये जीत के बाद भारत ऐसी टीम बन जाएगी जो पहली टीम होगी जो वर्ल्ड टाइटल डिफेंड करेगी, क्योंकि लास्ट वर्ल्ड T20 टाइटल भी हमने ही जीता था. कितना स्पेशल मोमेंट रहेगा आपको लगता है?
बहुत स्पेशल मोमेंट है. अगला मैच भी जीता था, इस मैच भी इंडिया ही मारेगा और इंडिया ही जीतेगा.
Last time when India played a final against New Zealand was in the recent Champions Trophy, and that time also the Men in Blue had decimated the Kiwis. Last time भी हमने जब न्यूजीलैंड के साथ चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी में फाइनल जीता था, हमने उनको हराया था. अभी भी हमारी टीम बहुत स्ट्रांग लगती है.
भाई इंडिया नंबर 1 थी, नंबर 1 है और नंबर 1 रहेगी.
Arunil, thanks so much for getting us to be careful of the bouncers. I think you have to be careful of those branches there. Ankit, we certainly don't want you getting injured. Please take care of yourself while reporting over there. But let's quickly shift focus and go across to Navya. Navya, I believe you have some school children there with you who are all set in cricket gear. What are their expectations? Ask them who their favorite cricketer in the team is and what they expect to see today.
Well, yes, of course, Madhav, the mood for Eastala Cup Namde is all set in Bengaluru and the excitement is in air. I'm joined by some of the coaches and experts here. Let us ask them about today's match, sir. Today is going to be one of the high voltage matches, and how excited are you, sir?
See, our hopes are very high. Our excitement is unspeakable. We are hoping that India repeat the last T20 final against South Africa, which we won invariably. So we are hoping for the same. But New Zealand is not a walkover team. They will give us a tough fight. But we hope for the best.
Right. So what is the margin that you are looking for India?
For India, somewhere around 200. Okay. If the opener clicks, if not, 160.
Right. So your analysis of the match, you've seen New Zealand and India.
Yeah.
So what should India's strategy be this time?
Strategy first to bowl well and bat. They have to bowl first and bowl well and take all the catches. They say catches win matches.
Right.
So that's my prediction.
Well, Madhav, we're also joined by some of the young cricket enthusiasts here. Are you guys excited for today's match? Yes! Who is your favorite player? Ishan Kishan. Ishan Kishan. Ishan Kishan. Okay, so how are you going to cheer Team India today? India. We're gonna win. Okay, well, Madhav, that is the excitement here from Bengaluru, from coaches to young cricket enthusiasts, all set for today's high voltage match.
Right. Thanks so much for joining us with that quick update there, Navya. Let's also, of course, shift focus to my colleague Shivam, who's joining us. Shivam, you're in the national capital and you're wearing your India jersey over there, I can see. What exactly is the mood? What are the expectations of the people of Delhi as far as Team India and this historic third T20 World Cup victory, if it does happen?
Well, Madhav, if I just give you a sense of it, I am in a random lane in national capital, and it will soon turn into the stadium. You can see right now the carpets are out. There are sofas being placed. There's a huge giant screen behind me, and soon. It's still almost 2 hours left, but still you see the level of preparations, and it is not being done by some teenagers or some 20-year-old. I would ask my camera person to come this side. These are the people who are easily above 40, but their enthusiasm is just as same as the students that Navya was talking to, and we'll also have a word with them. Sir, आप लोग यहाँ पर हैं, ये तैयारी चल रही है, कब से चल रही है और कितने एक्साइटेड हैं आज फाइनल में देखने के लिए इंडिया को?
जाहिर सी बात है, जब इंडिया का मैच है, वी आर इंडियंस, ठीक है ना, तो घर से कहो हम हिंदू हैं, आज इंडिया का मैच है तो हम इसीलिए खड़े हैं कि सारे परिवार लेके यहाँ आ जाएंगे, सभी लोग मिलकर सब परिवार लेके आएंगे.
मैं देख रहा हूँ ये मोहल्ले से पूरे मोहल्ले सब लोग यहाँ हैं. अक्सर ये लड़ाई होती है, बट आज सब लोग साथ में हैं और सब लोग किस तरह चीयर करने वाले हैं?
सब एक है भैया, सब एक, किसी कोई लड़ाई नहीं है, सब मैच में सबको इंटरेस्ट है. तो सब
आपको क्या लगता है सर, आज इंडिया के लिए मैच विनर कौन साबित हुआ? क्या वो बैट्समैन अभिषेक शर्मा होंगे या अपने जो बॉलर बुमराह है वो होंगे? क्या लगता है?
बुमराह होएगी।
आपको क्या विश्वास लगता है, बॉलिंग ज्यादा स्ट्रांग है इंडिया की, बैटिंग ज्यादा स्ट्रांग?
दोनों स्ट्रॉन्ग है।
दोनों ही स्ट्रांग है इंडिया की बैटिंग।
इंडिया दोनों तरफ से ही उनको हराएगी।
Those are latest pictures coming in of Team India who's reaching the stadium. In fact, those are the pictures of the team bus that you can see that is actually going there, escorted, of course, by heavy security in Ahmedabad as it makes its way to the stadium. In fact, the Narendra Modi Stadium is going to be, in fact, the place where entire India's attention will be. 1.4 billion Indians will be watching out very closely for this particular final match and to see if India is able to get that historic win. Remember, past finals, including the ODI World Cup final, was not very lucky for India in Ahmedabad. Will that jinx be broken is something that all Indian fans are certainly hoping for, and will, of course, wait and see if there can be, a blistering performance by the men in blue. And of course, let's also tell our viewers, apart from those pictures that are coming in there you can see, of course, our players who are boarding the bus, the same bus that you saw reaching, in fact, the Narendra Modi Stadium a short while earlier. And look at the number of fans. Just look at the excitement there on ground in Ahmedabad. The voices from across the country, and of course in Ahmedabad, the spirits running high as far as Team India's fans are concerned. So let's quickly, in fact, also tell our viewers about the all-important final and the netizens. So confident Team India there. Of course, let's quickly open this up and take it across to our guest, Rajinder Ramannath, former cricketer, is with us. We have Rakesh Rao, senior sports journalist, joining us. Vedam Jashankar, sports journalist, is with us. We also have Nikhil Sharma, sports commentator and author, joining us. Let me start with you first, Mr. Ramannath. Your expectation from today's match? Of course, we have an extremely strong and capable team, and of course, the presence of three all-rounders as well. What really is your expectation from this particular match? I know it's very difficult to predict the outcome, but at least judging by what we've seen in this entire World Cup, what are you looking out for?
Oh, well, what I'm looking at it is what the entire country is looking at it. We all want to hold that trophy in our hand. We want to feel the trophy. We have done it on the last occasion, and I think we have the capability of repeating that performance here also. But let's not forget the opponent. New Zealanders are a very difficult team to beat. They are most unpredictable side. It's been happening in the past. And they will go hammer and tong against India also. Only thing what I feel the Indians will have to do is forget all the poor performance on this ground, because this ground has not been a happy hunting ground for the Indians. They'll have to forget about it and start fresh and look at the positive side, because after every failure, there is a scope of success, and that's a lesson they have to take. And I'm very sure whatever the team combination is going to be there, it'll be keeping in mind the condition of the pitch and also the environment at this ground. It's going to be a huge turn up of the Indians supporting the team. And that can be a double-edged sword also. It can go in your favor and it can go against you also.
Right.
So what Indians, I personally feel the Indians, I'm talking about the Indian team, is they'll have to hold their nerves and support their capability and then go out most positively to win the trophy.
Right. Rakesh Rao, one thing that I must point out is that there's been a lot of criticism recently about whether the team's managing well, certain series where we've not done so well in the recent past. But the very fact that we're in the final, that itself shows the competence as far as India's team is concerned. And also that we've done it without the big names, I mean, that were there as part of the team earlier, who are not there. It's a relatively younger side, and they've done fairly well to even reach the final.
See, for me, the biggest takeaway is that, despite not playing at its best, India has still managed to reach where they have reached. If you see, India hasn't had a very complete sort of a game right through. Look at the match, the first outing against USA, 77 for 6. And thereafter, if you jump to a certain phase where teams like Zimbabwe and, like Netherlands, if you see the aggregate runs scored by these two, the average comes to 180. Thereafter, you just see the way South Africa scored 176 or something. Thereafter, it was, like West Indies and last game, England. They all have hit us in excess of 190. And of course, like England scored 240 odd. It is just because we are just doing enough to win these matches. If you say that we've been impressive, I'm sorry. As far as results go, yes, we have lost one game to the best performing team, like of the last 4 weeks. But the point remains that team is now out, and that team was ousted by a team that we are going to face next. So let's give some respect to New Zealand. At the same time, we do have our issues, but this is not the time to, go deep into it. Now that we have reached the stage where we just need to do our process right. It might sound very cliche, but the point is stay in the moment, do what you can do. And I've always believed that India at its best and New Zealand at its best, India is going to come out stronger.
Absolutely. In fact, I'm going to request our other panelists also to stay on with us, Nikhil Sharma and Vedam Jaishankar. We're going to slip into a very quick break, but we're going to continue to analyze what this match means, what are the prospects, and of course, bring you all the latest ground reports for the excitement of all Team India's fans that's clearly visible on the screens over there. Please stay tuned. We're going to continue this discussion in just a few minutes. Big faces that India will have to watch out for as far as New Zealand is concerned. The first, of course, is Finn Allen, one of the most explosive T20 openers that we've seen. He scored a 33-ball century versus South Africa, can dominate power play with big hitting. The second face to watch out for from New Zealand's side is Rachin Ravindra. He's a versatile batting all-rounder who we've seen as well, and he's a key contender for top-order runs and, of course, spin overs vital to New Zealand's run to the final. There's also Glenn Phillips. He's destructive as a middle-order hitter. He also contributes with part-time spin and can shift the momentum in the death overs. All right, let's quickly get in a report from my colleagues Arunil as well. Arunil, when India, of course, takes on New Zealand, what are the fans really hoping for? What is the strategy that they should be employing? Take us through what exactly fans they have to say.
Well, strategy obviously has been to depend on Bumrah in the death overs. And if we speak about all the matches till now, only the match against South Africa we have been defeated, and that happened at the iconic Narendra Modi Stadium as well. In fact, last final of the 50-over World Cup, Madhav, also was at in Ahmedabad. That time also there was a disappointing loss. Now all the fans are hoping, they are praying, and in fact they are saying that India is certainly a favorite. They are going to win in Ahmedabad this time. They are going to defend their World T20 title as well. आपको क्या लगता है जिस तरीके से स्ट्रैटेजी अब तक रही है, बुमराह को लास्ट तक रखा है सूर्यकुमार यादव ने, और बुमराह ने हमेशा डिलीवर किया है भारत के लिए?
इस बार भी करेगा, आज भी करेगा, और आज भी हम डेफिनेटली जीतेंगे. पहला जैसा हुआ था अब नहीं होगा. अब इस बार इंडिया जीतेगा.
आपसे ये भी पूछेंगे कि जिस तरीके से अहमदाबाद में ये टूर्नामेंट में भी एक मैच हम हारे हैं, बहुत सारे फैंस ये बोल रहे हैं कि अहमदाबाद शायद से लकी नहीं है, बट आपको लगता है कि लकी है और जीतेंगे इस बार?
नहीं, इस बार वो जो लकीनेस का है, जो अनलकी का, वो तोड़ देंगे और इस बार हम पक्का वर्ल्ड कप जीतेंगे, जो कॉन्फिडेंस है.
Well, India certainly, if they win this match, they are going to become the first team in World T20 to defend their world title. That all the fans basically are hoping for that as well. जिस तरीके से भारत की बैटिंग हुई, अभिषेक शर्मा अभी तक डिलीवर नहीं कर पाया, बट संजू सैमसन ने कमाल कर दिया. पहले उनको नहीं इंक्लूड किया था, अभी लास्ट 2 मैचेस में बहुत ज्यादा रन मारे उन्होंने. संजू सैमसन.
हाँ, संजू सैमसन का यार इस बार आज भी खेलेगा. एक्चुअली उसको चांस देना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट था, क्योंकि अपना ओपनिंग सही नहीं था इस बार. मतलब पूरा वर्ल्ड कप अपने जैसा देखा कि अभिषेक शर्मा नहीं टिक पाया, और इस बार होपफुली क्या यार इस बार ये फाइनल में भाई वो चल जाए यार. बहुत उम्मीद है.
Lot will depend on our spinners as well, Madhav. Varun Chakravarti has not delivered till now in this tournament. Whether he'll be replaced by another mystery spinner in the form of Kuldeep Yadav or Varun Chakravarti will be retained. All these strategies will be certainly extremely crucial, but India looks extremely strong.
Nikhil, as well as Ankit, I'd like to thank both of you for joining us with those ground reports. Let me quickly switch it back to our guests with us. Vedam Shankar, the beauty about cricket here in India is that, we have 140 crore experts of cricket here. And if you speak to any citizen, you'll get 140, set of analysis and strategies for what India should be doing. But what really should India be doing, and what is its strengths that India will be playing out for and also watching out for in terms of what New Zealand can do?
Yeah, Madhav, good evening. If you really look at what India has done, say the semi-final, for instance, everybody was wondering whether India would be able to pull it off against England. But if you look at that match, the batting, the fielding, the bowling, everything came to the party. They just lifted the level of that game. And that is an outstanding feature of this Indian cricket team. They're not dependent on one or two people. If you look at the batting lineup, except for Abhishek Sharma, the top six out of the seven have got a lot of runs. In fact, 4 of them have got more than 200 runs. And even the 2 who have not got those 200 runs are Hardik Pandya and Tilak Verma, who have got 199 runs each. If you look at the New Zealand side, only their openers have got more than 200 runs. Phillips and Rachit Ravindra are about 120, 125 runs. So if you look at it, you can put more match winners on the field. And on a day when the more match winners you are able to field, the better. Because you take New Zealand's bowling. They have Santner, who is a left-hand version of Usman Tariq. He also delays before bowling. He's a left-arm version of that. And they've got Rachit Ravindra. But we have so many left-hand batsmen who will definitely put those left-arm spinners under the cosh. So I think all in all, when you look at it, left-hander or right-hander, we have a well-balanced side. We just need Abhishek Sharma to come good. And if you look at the law of averages, he definitely should come good. He's failed so often, but everybody understands and everybody accepts that he's brilliant. It's a question of time when he comes good, and I think he will come good.
The one name that a lot of people are talking about, apart from, of course, Abhishek Sharma, and let me bring in Nikhil on that. Nikhil is, of course, of Sanju Samson, whose performances have been stellar. And a lot of the viewers, a lot of the fans there, you would have heard, all of them hoping that he gets his century and his due.
Well, Madhav, when you said we have 140 crore analysts, I'm quite surprised that everybody wants, or most of the people want Varun Chakravarti out. It's only in India that you can have the top wicket taker of T20 World Cup. You want him dropped because he had one bad outing. As far as Sanju Samson is concerned, well, he's taken India to the finals in some sort of manner. So again, as Vedam said, law of averages, I think today is a day for somebody else to come good. Can Sanju give us the start that he usually does? I hope so. It's surprising. New Zealand, is a mixed bag really, with Tim Seifert, with Finn Allen, Rachin Ravindra leading the charts as far as bowling wickets are concerned, whereas Santner has only a couple of wickets, but they're a good unit. They field well. I think the most important factor to start off with is to win the toss, because that's what India has failed in the last couple of matches that we've lost in Ahmedabad. That wicket in T20 gets progressively slower and difficult to bat. The game that we lost against South Africa there, the wicket really played havoc with the Indians. So I hope we win the toss. The moment we win the toss, I think half the match is in the bag, because we like to bat first and put the Kiwis under pressure. Madhav?
Right. Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry, you were saying something.
No, all I'm saying is that, we should win the toss, elect to bat. I think we have enough firepower. As Vedam said, all our batsmen are firing, and probably today is the day, instead of Sanju, for Abhishek to fire. I hope we have an unchanged team, because, it's a team game. It's not about chasing those individual targets, whether somebody's done well or no. The Indian team is in the finals, and that's what we should do. Have an unchanged squad going out there, and maybe time for young Abhishek to come good today.
Yeah, that's certainly, of course, the view that's being expressed. But Narendra Modi, if I can bring you in on this, in terms of batting, of course, that we've analysed in terms of the bowlers and the performance of Varun Chakravarti. Now, that's one question that's being asked, but is that really a fair question in terms of his place on the side?
Well, when you play for the country and you have one bad game, everybody is going to question your ability. But I always believe that a player who has done so well in the tournament, he needs to be supported by the coach, captain. Anybody can have a bad game. it was a beauty of a wicket. And I'm sure anybody from the panel or Madhav, if you had a bat in the hand on that kind of a strip, you would also got some runs at your name. Because those kind of wickets are tailor-made. What can a poor bowler do on that? The moment you lose confidence in your abilities, that's where run starts leaking. And this is what happened with Chakrabarti. He lost all the planning which he had in mind. I think what I could read in that game was he was trying to bowl too quick. On a good pitch, the moment you start bowling quick, the ball comes easily onto the bat. And that's where he was hammered. And once you're hammered in one over, you start leaking runs in the subsequent overs and the confidence level go down. You can't plan any delivery before the over begins. But I think the team management would have had a long chat with him. Captain also would have had a long chat with him. But you have somebody to replace him also. It's not that there is no replacement. Kuldeep is there. He has not been there in the team. But the only thing what I feel at this moment is, since he has not played a couple of matches, how good he'll going to come into the big game. That could be one question, but you'll have to toss between the two players. Whoever the management feels can deliver, I think they should take the player in the 11.
Right, and we have some more information about our own Indian team, and if I can quickly bring up those graphics as well in terms of India's performance is concerned. Let's look at what we are talking about in terms of India versus New Zealand in the T20 World Cup is concerned. Let's take a look at what really we have. This is, of course, India's possible playing 11 that we were talking about. And who are we looking at from India's side? There's, of course, Sanju Samson, who we were just discussing. Explosive starts in the last two games that he has had. And, of course, 97 versus West Indies, 89 versus England. Blazing form that could trouble the New Zealand bowlers. Hardik Pandya, another big name from India's side. India's X-factor, an all-rounder who can finish games with the bat or the ball. Impact in both departments could be huge if he is performing. There's also Jasprit Bumrah, strike bowler in power play as well as death pinpoint yorkers. In fact, calm under pressure. First two order overs versus New Zealand could certainly be very crucial is what we're talking about. And will Bumrah then fire becomes an important question. Let's quickly take this across to Rakesh Rao. Rakesh Rao, as far as Team India is concerned, these are of course some of the names that we're going to be looking at very closely, but it's for the entire side to come together. And as of course the previous speaker, Mr. Amarnath, was saying, you have to keep the confidence levels high because there will be intense pressure in a high stakes game like this. Absolutely.
And, one thing which I keep remembering, no matter how good our attack is, on paper, it looks complete. At the same time, they need to be supported by the fielders, just like they did in the game against England. And one thing, our bowlers, especially Arshdeep, if you see, the number of wides we have conceded in toto, if you see the last two games, 10 wides each, that is 20 deliveries extra, 20 extra runs, plus Arshdeep has contributed to 12 out of those 20. So bowling wide yorkers is all good, but you need to nail it. And if you haven't perfected it, or if you are not in that kind of form, then you need to think of something else. You can't be repeating yourself with that same ball after ball, and bowling 3 consecutive wides in the same area. What I'm trying to say here is we need to just ensure that all those areas which need attention, today is the day that we have to pay attention. We can't say it happens. This is a game of cricket. Pressure is there and blah, blah stuff. We have heard it all. But the point is, this is a big game. Get that support for your bowlers. And talking about those who are supposed to put the runs on the board, even when Abhishek did not score, he hardly contributed, we still crossed 250. So what I'm trying to say is, Vedam, rightly said, our batters have contributed. They have come in with a strike rate of 200 odd. That is what you need, but this is not going to happen day after day. And one thing that we could exploit, and this is purely psychological, because in the last game, New Zealand could only bat up to 1, 2, and 3. That's it. So rest of their guys haven't had a hit. So, this kind of a thing also helps you, because, if you just see in contrast, all our guys till number 8, we still got, our guys just went out there and played well. So a lot of things can happen over, and also between over number 7 and 14, you got, performed way better than New Zealand. So what I want to say is that a lot of reasons for India to stay optimistic, but on the day you need to execute your plans.
Quick comment from Vedam Jaishankar on that high stakes game. Vedam, a lot of pressure on the team. Who are you looking out for in specific?
Look, New Zealand is not a brilliant side. Let me say that very clearly. They are a very efficient side, highly efficient side, but they are not a brilliant side. They don't have brilliant match winners. If you really go out of the way, maybe Glenn Phillips is the guy who is extraordinarily brilliant. But again, what is the real asset that New Zealand has is its fielding. It's probably the best fielding side in the entire tournament, probably. And they're outstanding. But, during those magic moments, I say magic moments because look what Hardik Pandya did when he ran out that Jacob Bethel. I mean, in the spur of the moment, in a split second, the presence of mind you have, to pick up quickly, throw flat and throw it to the strikers. That was extraordinary. If he had gone for the bowler's end, nobody would have questioned him. But he thought on his feet. And that was a brilliant throw. And those are the flashes of brilliance that make this team. Whether Akshar Patel's catches, Hardik Pandya's fielding on that occasion, the batting, like we've already said, and the bowling. And I won't run down Varun Chakravarti at all because he is capable. He's really capable. One off day he's had. But if the New Zealanders think that they can go after him, attack him, and if you look at the way he's been attacked, every team has been trying to hit him straight. Sometimes it's paid off, sometimes it's not paid off. But I'm sure by now he would have had an alternate plan. Maybe bowling wider, slower, whatever. Maybe not allowing them straight down the wicket. So I think all in all, we've got all bases covered. It's just that we have to turn up and ensure that the pressure doesn't get to us.
All right. Gentlemen, all eyes on that match. Of course, 7 p.m. is where all of India will be switching on their TVs. They will be glued to the screen for the next few hours. I'd like to thank Rajinder Amarnath, Rakesh Rao, Vedam Jaishankar and Nikhil Sharma for joining us. And let's quickly also show you how time's now caught up with acclaimed singer Sukhbir, who's all set to perform at the ceremony to get his thoughts on the big game.
Ahmedabad is ready for the blockbuster clash India versus New Zealand on the 8th of March. But before that, there is going to be a blockbuster performance. And joining me is the person who is going to be headlining it, Sukhbir Singh. Sukhbir sir, firstly, thank you so much for being here on Times Now, taking out the time and speaking to us.
It's my pleasure, Karishma. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it.
Sukhbir sir, tell us, you've done so many concerts in your life, but performing to a stadium audience who are, crazy about cricket, who are there for the match, how is that experience going to be for you? It is going to be different from what you do in your concerts?
It's very funny you ask me that because watching previous cricket matches, I could hear my song, Andar Bar, and the whole stadium resonating with Oh Ho 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 or Sauda Kara Kara. And then this is the first time I think I'm actually going to be there singing it, and then that energy is different. So I'm so very excited. And it's I think every performer's dream come true to be performing in their country, amongst their people, on a global platform, global stage. I mean, what an amazing thing. All the cricketers are going to be there. Everybody, all the eyes are going to be, the global eyes are going to be here. And then you get this amazing stage and opportunity to perform. It's an honor and a half.
And absolutely. And you also spoke about your songs playing in the stadium, but you hadn't performed then up until now. So was the desire always there to be present in a stadium and perform your songs that they always hear on a, mic system?
Absolutely. I mean, it's more than a desire to be present in that audience. I have been in a couple of cricket matches where in Dubai where they did play a clip. I was present and I observed it. But now to be able to actually perform and experience it live, that's a totally whole new ball game.
I see the excitement in your voice even right now when we're speaking to you. But just give us a glimpse of what the fans are going to, get to see in the stadium for our viewers. If I can ask you to sing 2 lines of any of your favorite songs. I know, tough choice, but still.
Absolutely. I think the song I hear a lot is this one, and I can't do justice sitting here with a mic because we need to move and, but I'll give you a glimpse.
Stand up if you want.
नहीं ऐसे कर देते कोई बात नहीं. I'm all for it. हो तारे गिन गिन याद तेरी मैं ता जागा रातां नू रोक ना पावा अखियां विचों गम दियां बरसातां नू ओ हो.
All right, so that's Sukhbir all set for his performance there at the World Cup closing ceremony, the final match that's going to take place later this evening. We're going to slip into a very quick break. News and updates will continue on the other side.